For years, TLC's sister wives gave viewers a front-row seat to the highs and lows of the Brown family's polygamous life. What began as a united front, Kody Brown and his 4 wives, Meri, Janelle, Christine, and Robyn, raising 18 children together, has slowly unraveled in full public view. The breakups, the arguments, and the quiet resentments didn't just stay on TV. They spilled into interviews, social media, and now into the voices of Kody's own children. The latest shock didn't come from an ex-wife. It came from Leon Brown, Kody's only child with his first wife, Meri. Leon, who came out as transgender in 2022 and uses they-them pronouns, posted a fiery Instagram stories message in November 2025 that quickly went viral. In it, Leon didn't hold back. They called Kody a joke of a father, accusing him of years of emotional absence, clear favoritism toward Robyn's children, and failing to show up when it mattered most. The post, now preserved by countless fan accounts, marked the first time Leon had spoken so openly and harshly about their father. And it lit a match under the already heated sister wives fandom. Leon's words, as shared online, read, "I'm done pretending. He's been a joke of a father my whole life. The only kids he ever cared about were Robyn's. The rest of us were just props for the show until we weren't useful anymore. Happy to be free of that narcissist." The message was paired with an old family photo from the Las Vegas years, around 2011 to 2014. Leon had circled Robyn and her younger children in the picture, while crossing out Kody's face with a bold red X. The image alone spoke volumes. So, who is Leon Brown? Born on July 29, 1995, Leon, formerly known as Mariah, was once seen as the golden child of the franchise. As Meri and Kody's only biological child together, Leon often stood in the spotlight during the early seasons. Viewers watched them grow up, go to college, and navigate life under constant public attention. In 2017, Leon came out as gay on the show, a moment many fans found touching and brave. At the time, it appeared to bring Meri and Kody closer in their role as parents. Then, in June 2022, Leon shared that they were transgender and had begun testosterone therapy, later changing their name from Mariah to Leon. They married longtime partner Audrey Chris in October 2023 in a small, private ceremony. Notably, Kody was not in attendance. Around that time, sources claimed Kody struggled with Leon's transition, particularly with using their correct name and pronouns. Both Leon and Meri later hinted at this tension in separate interviews, though neither went into deep detail. For a while, Leon stayed mostly quiet, while the family continued to fall apart on screen. During the dramatic 2023 and 2024 seasons, when Christine, Janelle, and finally Meri all left Kody, Leon kept a low profile. But by 2025, the cracks were hard to ignore. In January, Leon posted a cryptic message about parents who only love the version of you they invented in their head. By spring, they had unfollowed both Kody and Robyn on Instagram. To longtime fans, the message was clear, even if it wasn't spelled out. The final breaking point seemed to come in late October 2025. Kody appeared on a conservative podcast and claimed that some of his adult children had turned their backs on family values. He said he was grieving relationships he never thought he would lose. He didn't name Leon. He didn't have to. Fans immediately connected the dots. And within weeks, Leon's explosive Instagram posts made it clear that whatever distance existed between father and child had turned into something far deeper and far more painful. Leon's viral takedown didn't exist in a vacuum. It landed just 48 hours after Kody's podcast comments, and the timing made it feel less like coincidence and more like a direct response. For many fans, it sounded like a child finally saying out loud what had been building for years. And Leon isn't alone. Over time, more and more of Kody's children have quietly, or not so quietly, pulled away. Janelle's sons, Gabe and Garrison, had a long-reported falling out with Kody over COVID rules and family boundaries. That conflict ended in heartbreaking tragedy with Garrison's death in March 2024, a loss that still hangs heavily over the entire family. Christine's daughter, Gwen, has openly called Kody a deadbeat on her YouTube channel, speaking with a mix of frustration and sadness that many viewers recognized instantly. Christine's son, Paedon, has sometimes defended Kody, but even he has admitted the family is deeply broken. Truly, Christine's youngest now lives full-time with her mother and has had almost no contact with Kody since 2023. Out of Kody's 18 children, only Robyn's 5, Aurora, Brianna, Solomon, Ariella, and Dayton, who now goes by Leo, appear to still have steady, positive relationships with him. For longtime viewers, that contrast has been hard to ignore. Meri's reaction has been quiet, but telling. Since Leon's post, she hasn't made any public statements. Still, fans noticed she liked several comments supporting Leon and criticizing Kody's parenting. Meri and Leon have grown noticeably closer since stepping away from the plural family structure. They often appear together on social media, sharing moments that feel calmer, lighter, and more genuine than what viewers saw in later seasons of the show. As for Kody and Robyn, silence has been their public response. As of late November 2025, neither had directly addressed Leon's joke of a father comment. Sources close to them say they are devastated and praying for reconciliation. But insiders also say Leon has no interest in repairing the relationship unless Kody offers a real apology and follows it with consistent effort. According to several siblings, that kind of follow-through has never truly happened before. Online, the reaction was immediate and overwhelming. The Sister Wives subreddit exploded, with one top post titled, "Leon just ended Kody with one slide, earning over 5,000 upvotes in a single day." Comments ranged from heartbreak, "Leon deserves so much better," to blunt criticism, "He spent 15 years proving Robyn's kids were the only ones who mattered." Tabloids and YouTube commentators quickly framed the moment as the final blow to Kody's image as a father. Others urged caution, reminding viewers that this isn't just entertainment, it's a real family carrying real pain. TLC has already renewed Sister Wives for Season 20, with filming expected in early 2026. Producers are reportedly eager to bring Leon on camera to share their side, but Leon has made it clear they have no interest in returning to reality television. Christine, now remarried to David Woolley, recently told a fan at a Plexus event that she fully supports Leon for speaking their truth. She added that some things are bigger than protecting a paycheck or keeping up appearances. For a family that once sold itself on unity, openness, and shared values, the Browns are now spread across different states, separated by grief, resentment, and very different views of what family should look like. Leon calling Kody a joke of a father may be the most personal moment yet, but it's really just the latest chapter in a story no one could have predicted when Sister Wives first aired in 2010. As one longtime fan wrote beneath Leon's archived post, the plural family is officially over. The only real question now, one fan wrote, is how many more kids will have to say it out loud before Kody finally hears them. Just as that conversation was reaching a boiling point, Robyn Brown quietly stepped back into the spotlight. On November 26, 2025, Kody's only remaining legal wife broke her months-long public silence in a subtle but carefully worded interview clip on the Surviving Sister Wives podcast bonus Patreon episode. And while she never directly blamed anyone by name, her message was clear. The collapse of the Brown family, in her view, wasn't entirely Kody's fault. Robyn suggested that Christine, Janelle, and Meri had emotionally checked out of plural marriage long before they officially walked away. When people rewrite history to fit the victim story that's easiest to sell, it hurts everyone, especially the kids, Robyn said, her voice noticeably unsteady. There were conversations happening behind closed doors for a very long time. Some of us were begging to keep trying. And others, well, They had already decided this life wasn't for them anymore. That's the part that never makes the edit. Those few sentences were enough to ignite the fandom all over again. Many viewers heard Robyn accusing the three ex-wives of quietly planning their exits years before the dramatic departures shown in seasons 17 through 19. Others felt she was simply defending herself after years of being blamed for everything that went wrong. In the full 42-minute interview, Robyn expanded on her perspective. She said she often felt like the last person still fighting for the family. I was the last one in, and suddenly, I was the only one still trying to save all 4 marriages. That's a very lonely place to be, she added. People can leave whenever they want. That's their right. But don't pretend you were forced out when you'd already been packing boxes in your mind for 5 years. Then came the line that really set social media on fire. Kody gets painted as the villain who pushed everyone away. But some doors were slammed from the inside before he even knew they were cracking. Robyn closed that thought carefully. I'm not saying anyone is evil. I'm saying the idea that one person destroyed everything isn't the whole truth. It's just the most convenient version right now. She never said Christine's name. She never said Janelle's. She never said Meri's. But no one needed a map to follow where she was pointing. Fans quickly began laying out what Robyn seemed to be referencing. In 2018 and 2019, Christine reportedly told friends she was already done with plural marriage and only stayed for the kids and the show. In 2020, during COVID, Janelle clashed repeatedly with Kody over rules and later admitted she had already been researching separate housing in Flagstaff. In early 2021, Meri was running her Utah B&B full-time and telling producers, I've been alone in this marriage for a decade. By mid-2021, Christine had sold her Flagstaff home and moved back to Utah months before officially announcing her separation. Robyn's defenders say the timeline supports her point. All 3 women, they argue, had at least 1 foot out the door long before the public breakups aired, but the backlash was immediate. Within hours of the clip spreading across TikTok and Reddit, reactions began pouring in. Christine posted an Instagram story that many saw as a direct response. It read, When you've spent years begging for crumbs of attention and finally choose peace. No names, no explanations, just a sentence heavy with meaning. And once again, the Brown family story proved it wasn't done breaking hearts or dividing opinions. They call it planning your exit, Robyn had said. Gwen Brown didn't hesitate to respond. She went live on YouTube, laughed, and said, Robyn acting like my mom didn't cry every night for 10 years begging Kody to care is next-level delusion. Janelle didn't speak directly, but she reposted a fan meme that read, They didn't want to leave. They wanted to be loved. Under it, someone had added, Also, Robyn cried for 18 seasons that nobody loved her enough to stay. Leon, Meri's child, chimed in beneath a viral clip with a line that spread fast. Imagine being the 4th wife and thinking you get to rewrite everyone else's pain. Wild. And Kody? For now, he stayed silent. Publicly, at least. A source close to the couple told tabloids that Kody 100% agrees with everything Robyn said and feels vindicated, believing the truth is finally coming out. Insiders also claim he's considering his own tell-all interview in early 2026. So where does the family stand as of late 2025? Christine is happily married to David Woolley, living in Utah, and filming season 20 content on her own terms. Janelle is living independently on her Coyote Pass lot in a tiny home, financially stable, and openly critical of Kody. Meri is running Lizzie's Heritage Inn in Utah, closer than ever with Leon, and has no contact with Kody. Robyn and Kody remain legally married, living in their Flagstaff home with Solomon, now 14, and Ariella, 9. Robyn's older children, Dayton, now Leo, Aurora, and Brianna, are young adults with varying levels of involvement in the family drama. And the fandom? Completely split. Some longtime viewers side with Robyn, pointing to old episodes where the ex-wives talked about jealousy, unequal attention, and wanting monogamy. Others accuse Robyn of classic Darvo behavior, deny, attack, reverse victim, and offender, saying she's gaslighting three women who spent decades sacrificing for a family system that ultimately favored her. One of the most upvoted Reddit comments captured the mood perfectly. Robyn isn't wrong that they wanted out eventually. She's wrong about why. They didn't wake up one day and decide plural marriage sucked. They watched Kody choose one wife over and over until there was nothing left to stay for. As season 20 filming ramps up, producers are reportedly desperate to get all four women in the same room for a reunion special. Given the current emotional temperature, that reunion looks about as likely as the Browns rebuilding together on Coyote Pass. And just when it seemed the drama couldn't twist any deeper, Kody added another painful chapter. On November 26, 2025, during a promotional interview for his appearance on Special Forces World's Toughest Test, Kody referred to Dayton, Robyn's son from her previous marriage, whom Kody legally adopted as his eldest son, not Logan, not Hunter, not any of his biological older children. Dayton. The moment spread fast across TikTok and Reddit, with fans accusing Kody of rewriting family history to fit his shrinking inner circle. In the teaser clip from the Surviving Sister Wives podcast, Kody spoke emotionally. Dayton, my eldest son, has been my rock through this, he said, wiping away a tear. He's 25 now, stepping up like the man of the family I always knew he could be. For many viewers, it wasn't just a slip of the tongue. It felt like another quiet erasure in a family already fractured beyond repair. Anyone who has followed this family knows that Logan Brown, Kody's biological son with Janelle, born on May 21, 1994, is the true eldest child in the Brown family. He is nearly a full year older than Dayton, who was born David Preston Jessup on January 11, 1995, to Robyn and her former husband, Preston Jessup. So, when Kody publicly called Dayton his eldest son, many fans didn't hear a mistake. They heard an erasure. Yes, Kody legally adopted Dayton in 2015, after divorcing Meri so he could marry Robyn. That moment was a turning point in the family's televised story. But calling Dayton the eldest doesn't just honor adoption, it quietly pushes Logan out of his rightful place in the family history. And to many viewers, it confirms a pattern they believe has existed since Robyn entered the family in 2010. With Christine, Janelle, and Meri all gone, Robyn and her 5 children, Dayton, Aurora, Brianna, Solomon, and Ariella, now make up Kody's last circle of loyalty. At 56, Kody lives in a large Flagstaff home with Robyn and their 2 youngest, Solomon, now 14, and Ariella, 9. Meanwhile, most of his older children from the other marriages have drifted far from his life. To understand why this comment hurt so deeply, you have to go back to the beginning. Sister Wives premiered in 2010, introducing viewers to Kody's plural family. Meri, his legal wife since 1990. Janelle, spiritually married in 1993. Christine, spiritually married in 1994. And later, Robyn. Together, the family would grow to include 18 children. Meri had 1 child, Leon, born in 1995, now transgender and estranged from Kody. Janelle had 6 children, Logan in 1994, Madison in 1995, Hunter in 1997, Garrison in 1998, who tragically died in 2024, Gabriel in 2002, and Savannah in 2005. Christine had 6 as well, Aspen in 1995, Mykelti in 1996, Paedon in 1998, Gwendolyn in 2001, Isabel in 2003, and Truly in 2010. Robyn brought 3 children from her previous marriage, Dayton in 1995, Aurora in 2002, and Brianna in 2005, all of whom Kody later adopted. She then had 2 biological children with Kody Solomon in 2011 and Ariella in 2016. Logan, now 31, is a successful software engineer living in Nevada. Over the years, he has spoken openly about Kody's emotional distance. In season 18, he described his father as narcissistic and said Kody prioritized the show and Robyn's household over everyone else. Madison, Janelle's eldest daughter, born just months after Logan, has also pulled away. When she announced her 4th pregnancy in October 2025, Kody wasn't told. Earlier that year, she told People magazine, "He's not part of our lives anymore." And Logan's pain hasn't existed in isolation. Throughout season 19, which aired in fall 2025, fans noticed Kody repeatedly praising Dayton's maturity, while barely acknowledging Logan's milestones, including Logan's 2024 wedding to his wife Michelle. Sources close to production even claim editors caught Kody making similar slips during confessionals, at times referring to Dayton as his firstborn son. For many viewers, the pattern feels impossible to ignore. And with every comment like this, the gap between Kody and his older children doesn't just widen, it hardens. To many fans, Kody's comment didn't just overlook Logan, it rewrote the family tree. It ignored a 31-year gap between Kody's oldest biological son and his youngest child, while quietly reshuffling titles to fit a more comfortable version of reality. And the internet noticed immediately. Within hours, clips of the interview flooded Reddit. One Sister Wives thread titled, "Kody Erases Logan Again," shot past 52,000 upvotes. Another reads simply, "This man has no shame." Paedon Brown, Christine's 27-year-old son, and one of the few who occasionally tries to defend his father, went live on YouTube the very next day. "Yeah, Dad's hurting," Paedon said. "But calling Dayton his eldest? That's just salt in the wound for Logan. We've all seen how he picks favorites. Robyn's kids get the holidays, the calls, the everything." Leon Brown reposted the clip on Instagram with just one emoji, a bomb. Later, they added a caption, "The erasure is real." It echoed their earlier viral posts, calling Kody a joke of a father. Gwen Brown didn't hold back either. She devoted a full 20-minute YouTube video to the issue. "Logan has been the eldest since day one," she said. "Dayton's great. No hate to him. But Kody acting like he birthed him first? That's peak delusion." Then her tone shifted. No wonder Garrison couldn't take it anymore. The reference hung heavy. Janelle has previously blamed Kody's COVID rigidity and emotional neglect for worsening Garrison's mental health before his death in 2024. Even Janelle, usually the calmest voice in the family, broke her silence on Instagram Live on November 27. "Logan is my pride and joy," she said. "He is Kody's firstborn son." For him to ignore that after everything we've endured, it's heartbreaking. And it's why we're done pretending this family can be saved. Madison, glowing and pregnant, quietly liked dozens of fan comments tagging Kody under memes, showing a family tree where only Robyn's branch had leaves. On X, formerly Twitter, the hashtag Kody Erases Logan briefly trended in the US. One viral post read, "Kody de-Loganed his own son. You're invisible now. Dayton Clutchell eldest. The favoritism is so blatant it's embarrassing." Another viral thread from @BrownFamilyWatchdog pulled receipts from old episodes. In season 5, Kody threw Dayton an elaborate 18th birthday celebration. Logan's 19th birthday? Barely mentioned. As for Kody and Robyn, they stayed publicly silent. Privately, though, a source told Us Weekly that Kody sees Dayton as his eldest in spirit because of how close they became during the adoption process. "He feels like he raised Dayton from a young age," the insider said. "So emotionally, Dayton feels like his first real son." Robyn, long accused of tightly managing how her children appear on the show, added her own quiet defense in her surviving Sister Wives appearance. "We're focusing on who shows up, not who walks away." To critics, it sounded less like healing and more like dismissal, especially after Robyn's earlier comment, The narrative is always that Kody pushed everyone away. But some doors were closed long before. For many viewers, the pattern feels painfully familiar. And for Logan, the son who carried responsibility long before adulthood, the title of eldest being taken from him wasn't just a word.